Ex-Met police officer who guarded Kate Middleton says evil men still hiding in force and shushes inundated with messages from bullied colleagues. The former Police Officer of the Year warned a wall of silence is protecting corrupt cops like David Carrick and Wayne Couzens. A decorated former police officer who spent 17 years working for the Metropolitan Police and once guarded Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales, has warned there are still evil men like David Carrick and Wayne Couzens hiding in the force. Ricky Haruna, 46, mentioned a wall of silence that protects officers like Carrick and Couzens, who both recently made headlines, the former for the serial rape of dozens of victims, and the latter for the 2021 murder of 33-year-old Sarah Everard. Her revelations come just days after Baroness Louise Casey proposed possibly breaking up the Metropolitan Police into smaller units after her damning report exposed cases of institutional racism, misogyny and homophobia in the force. Speaking to The Mirror, PC Ricky said, "I'm convinced there are still evil men like them embedded in the Met who are hiding in plain sight. I was trusted to guard Kate Middleton when she was dating Prince William. It was such a serious role, yet I had colleagues whose behavior was absolutely reprehensible. Why would you put these guys in such a position of power and trust?" The former Police Officer of the Year added, "Sadly, and I've seen it all with my own eyes. There's a wall of silence in the Met that protects these awful characters. You look at Carrick and the things he did. That wasn't by chance. He was a repeat offender able to work unchecked and keep getting away with it. He was complained about and nothing happened. That just gave him even more confidence to carry out increasingly evil crimes while wearing the badge. It's this culture that allows people like him and Couzens to do what they did. It starts with smaller behaviors that go unchecked and become more sinister. One minute they're flashing and next they're raping and murdering. That's not an exaggeration. That is exactly what has happened." Ricky, a mum of one from South London, was enduring her own battles with racism after joining the Met as a PC in 2002. She was based at Kensington and Chelsea Police Station, which led to her regularly escorting Kate in public before she married Prince William. Ricky also protected the Duke of Edinburgh and was awarded a string of commendations for having the highest amount of arrests and detections on her patch, and for her skills investigating a complex burglary. She also caught 5 ATM burglars by locking them in a cafe and gave CPR to a young woman collapsed in the street and helped save a woman drowning in the Thames. But back at the Nick, she says she faced a canteen culture of toxic behavior. Ricky said, "There was a bully boy culture. If you didn't fit in, if it was your color, you're female or you're homosexual, you're gonna be the target. If you're on an op, there's about 30 of you on the bus. There would always be one or two picked on. Female officers would be called Sheila or Doris. I remember hearing one male officer saying, 'Maybe she can look after kids while we do the arresting.' Some would refuse to work with gay colleagues. They'd be made to partner up with one of the women instead. There'd be all these alpha male officers bragging about their sex lives behind their wife's back. It was a shameful canteen culture. As a female, I felt invisible. I was disgusted by it." Recalling one briefing room incident, she claims a senior cop asked an Asian officer if he was asleep because I can't tell if your eyes are open or closed. Eventually, it all got too much and Ricky raised complaints of racism between 2010 and 2012 only to be dismissed for gross misconduct in 2013. A senior officer she had accused of racist slurs alleged she had defrauded an elderly woman. She was never charged and won back her job in 2015. She appealed her dismissal and was reinstated after a tribunal in which she told how a colleague had called her the N-word, and how, as the only black and female officer on her patch, she was excluded from an office Christmas party. Then she sued for wrongful dismissal and racial harassment. The Met settled without admitting liability.